Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Hear Our Voices. This is your host, Khadijah D. And this is a podcast where we tell stories, give resources, and change the narrative of homelessness. So, guys, I have a little bit of things to do, some housekeeping for this year. Happy 2026. I hope that everybody had a good holiday. It's been a long 2025, and I know I haven't done as much podcast as normal, but this year I'm gonna try to get back into it. Also, obviously, it's my job, so I have to get back into it, right? But also, we had a rebranding, as you might know. So we had to put this on the back burner for a while, and now we're coming back. So if you don't know, we have a family action board, which consists right now of 6 people. So we're looking for a seventh person. This is a paid opportunity. To qualify, you have to be a person who's formerly homeless with a child who went to shelter with you in New York City. The reason why we have that because a lot of the stuff that we do, everything we do actually is for New York City, and the that we do is in New York City. Right now, we're looking for a person who is good with social media, who is good at going to events and things like that, and also be able to help to create events and things like that, and just really love to post. I'm just honest, I'm not gonna lie to you. Post a lot of social media stuff. I'm okay with it, but we need somebody who's really can get in there and help us to grow and be better and bigger. And I think having a person beside me doing that'll be excellent. This is a one woman show right now. I'm not gonna lie to you. And it's hard to do one woman show and do things. So I would like that any parents out there, long as you had a child with you under 21 in a shelter in New York City, you qualify for this. I would love to have you as my partner in crime while we go out there and advocate for people's rights that they're supposed to be having and other things that we do in the background. Everything we do is not on social media, but some things we do. As you know, if you look at our Instagram, you should be following us there. It should be linked down below in our link tree. We had done a holiday event. We did 3 actually. This last year was the first year we did all 3. We got a donor to help us with the toys. So kids, I wanted to shelter got like 2 or 3 gifts. So I'm happy that happened. I'm happy to always get back to my community that I came from. I want people to always know about homelessness is that it's only a part of your story, part of your life story. It doesn't define you fully as a person, right? It's only a part of your life. And if you don't want to go back to the community to help, it's fine. Everybody does everything in their own way. But if you are a person who would love to come and join and help us to give back and also advocate for the rights in shelter or rights for vouchers or things like that, we would love for you to join our community as a volunteer coming up soon. So we're going to have a lot of opportunities for people to come and help us out. It was right now, as I said, we only have 6 people. 6 people, I'm not saying it's not big enough, but we need a good crowd. So when we go to these events and do rallies and things like that, that we could make sure we have a powerful voice. And we would love for you to join our team in that way. So when we put out we're gonna soon put out on social media, we want you to help come in and rally the troops. And we would love for you to come and join our team. So those are things that's coming up. We might have other openings for other things. Just stay tuned. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being amazing. And follow us on all our social media platforms. I'm working on TikTok. I'm sorry, guys. I'm a one woman show. I find people most I see that I'm so sorry, guys. Another thing. The emails I have, again, a one woman show. I haven't been answering the emails. Got to know emails were coming in for me. I thought it was all spam because a lot of it was spam. And I was like 2 months behind. I'm so sorry. So I'm catching up on that. Got a lot of things working on. So if I haven't answered you yet, I'm coming. If I don't have an answer for things that you asked in the email, I will find it. Remember, guys, I mostly deal with people who are families. So if you have questions about other things, I might take longer to answer you. I have to find somebody who actually knows the information for that. I am trying my best to learn about other homeless systems, but it takes longer to do that. Especially if I have experience and I know the experience for people who are families and singles are much different. So as in a lot, guys, it's been so long since I had another person I feel like on a show for a while. Like, and I'm in person. I'm just putting that out there. Usually I'm on the laptop, chilling, talking to y'all, talking to people. But we are in person at the office. I'm just saying, kudos for me. If you don't fit, I'm patting myself on the back right now, just saying we got it in. So I want to introduce our new guest. Well, one of our guests. Hopefully she come back, different things. You want to introduce yourself to the people
Yeah,
in the world?
Yeah, no, thank you. I'm also very excited to be here in person. And yeah, chat a little bit. So my name is Meg Pipe, and I am coming today to represent Venture House. So I'm excited to share a little bit about what Venture House does in the community.
Yes, so I actually met her at a COC meeting. The COC is a continuum of care, and they actually do stuff with rapid rehousing. And I should know the other one. I'm on the steering committee. Whoever's listening to this from COC, don't kill me. I'm only one person trying to remember all the things in America. Okay, thank you. So I want to say rapid rehousing and man, if I remember in the coming minutes, I'll tell you what that is. But they represent those. They give out funds for those. They do no-fos, and they make sure people in certain environments and whatever have. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna forget this. I'm gonna hurt myself for this. Like, man, it's right there, and I can't remember. You know how that the feeling is right there, and you're like,
It'll come to you.
yes,
It'll come back.
it's rapid rehousing and supportive housing. There you go. So that's what the things that they go for. If you don't know, they do stuff with DV, almost a little bit, not that much families, but they do DV, they have youth and things like that. And the money's going to those helping people get out of homelessness and things like that. So that's what kind of what in a nutshell that they do. Right now, if you've been following the COC thing, it's kind of a little bit of, you know, the country's taking away money, putting them as a whole stop and go kind of thing. So stay tuned for that. I should be updating you on that maybe in the coming future. So yes. Can you tell me, let me get back on track because you know me, I'll just keep talking and talking and talking. But tell us a little bit about what the stuff you do, things like
Yeah,
that.
yeah, for sure. Um, and thank you for having me. I should start with that.
Thank you for coming on.
Yeah, it's my honor. So yes, like I said, I work at and am representing Venture House. We are really a citywide mental health agency here in New York City. And we operate with something that's called the Clubhouse model. And so the Clubhouse model has been around since the 40s. It actually started in New York City, and it has multiplied and grown and really established itself as an international model. So now the Clubhouse model is actually found in over 30 countries around the world. There's over 300 in the US. In Venture House, we have the honor and privilege to be four of those in the U.S. and here in New York City. So really, the Clubhouse model, what it is it's a supportive community and environment for adults 18 and up who are living with a serious mental illness. And so at the Clubhouse, although the word house is in the name, our members don't actually reside at the Clubhouse. We're open, Venture House, we're open every day of the year. And we are providing, it's a non-clinical setting, so it's not treatment, it's not therapy, but it's this supportive, um, structured program where members come in and they work side by side with staff in all operations of the clubhouse. So we do lots of different things for our members where maybe they're looking to get back into the job employment, maybe looking to step back into the workforce or further their education, or they're looking for social relationships and activities. Maybe they're into music and they want to record or be a part of our band or arts or etc. We have lots of, yeah, no, we got a lot going on. But so basically, what it is members come into the clubhouse and they work side by side with staff in all operations of the clubhouse. So we are completely member driven. That is really the concept. And the beauty of the clubhouse model is that we know that meaningful work in itself is restorative. So when members step into the clubhouse, one, it's completely free and completely voluntary. There's no attendance requirements. There's no required, schedule that people have to follow. It's completely by choice. They come when they want, is for as long as they want. But when they come into the clubhouse, they aren't stepping in as a passive service recipient. They are an active participant. Everything is member driven. And so it really kind of flips or flattens any hierarchy. We really strip that narrative that's also often seen of or service provider to service recipient. But no, when you come into the clubhouse, it's us, it's we, it's members and staff together. And so everything from cooking and cleaning and serving to running policy meetings to running workshops to giving tours to working the reception, the front desk. is all done members and staff together. And what the Clubhouse does is it creates that space where our members feel wanted, they're needed, and they're expected, they have value, and they're coming to gain skills and confidence, but also to recognize that they already have skills, and those skills are magnified and they're celebrated in the Clubhouse, and that, we really create an environment where we can all experience that we all have something to value or to bring to the table, and that it's important and that we're together creating the community. So yeah, I love the Clubhouse. It's a wonderful place, one, to work, and just to be, is, because we're truly sincere, like the relationships are genuine. And so it's a wonderful place. Again, and I'm just, yeah, so grateful to have been employed by Venture House and got to experience the last several years, the beauty and the transformation that happens in the Clubhouse.
So you said it has to be like severe mental illness. What is severe? Like what level?
Yeah.
Like to me, depression can be severe depending on how far it goes. It could be level, I don't know what levels they are, but in my mind it's like level 1, you're just kind of sad. But level 10 is like, I want to take my life. Like, does that, like, would depression count as that? Or would it have to be like schizophrenia? What level would it have to be
Yeah,
at?
no, good question. So SMI is it includes schizophrenia, schizoaffective disorder, bipolar disorder, or major depression. But we also have members who maybe have struggle with anxiety or PTSD. But there does have to be a primary a diagnosis, a mental health diagnosis, for membership. So really the only requirements for membership are that we serve adults, so 18 and up, who live in New York City and who have SMI, serious mental illness diagnosis.
Would they have to come in with it already? Or do you have like people who say, like, how would we know unless they bring a doctor's note in?
Yeah, yes. So we have to have some sort of psychosocial. So we have a psychosocial that they'll need, and then a psychiatric evaluation that includes that diagnosis. So we'll work with them if there's a provider, if they need to see one in order to get that. So of course we help people locate this documentation if they don't have it or need, to facilitate getting it. But it is required for membership that we do have to have that documentation. But then once you're a member for life. So even if, you could be a member really active for 3 years, maybe you move to Maryland for a while, but you come back, you're still a member. You could be absent for any amount of time, you come back in, you're a member. And again, it's completely free, completely voluntary. We don't bill Medicaid or anything. And so, yeah, we try to make it as, low barrier to entry as possible, and get people in, get them integrated into the community. And again, it's for life.
I think this is a good thing. I wish it to put in kids, but kind of having kids and adults there might be honestly probably too much. Kids can be a lot of work in general, especially in certain environments. But I think this is a good thing for parents. We came on here before, and I want to say it was Cynthia, and she talked about her mental illness and things like that. This would have been a great program for her. Obviously, they don't give like medical stuff on site, but they give a community that you can stay good, like be in
Right.
and be a part of. Sometimes when you are in mental health situations, you feel isolated, feel alone, but this is a way to kind of help you stay on task. And especially with a family, a lot of times it's hard, it's a burdensome. Our community is homelessness, and Cynthia was literally, as you know, I'm not saying this out of like you don't know this. If you listen to the podcast, she's eating out trash cans, and she had to give her daughter away because of her mental illness. And if she would have been a part of the community, plus being a mother and all these other things, and they give out resources for other things, this would probably be a way for her to actually take care of her daughter and be a part of something and know that she's not alone and things like that. So
exactly. And I just want to touch on kind of you said is that isolation, right? It's pushing, it's inviting people into community, and it's breaking stigma and breaking isolation. It's so important for all of us, right? To have people who know us. We need to be known and to know other people who know our stories and who know our struggles and who can check in on people like, hey, how are you doing? You seem down the last couple of days. Like, is there anything you need? And it's just so important that especially people who are struggling with homelessness or housing insecurity or any other challenge, we can't do it alone, right? Life is hard and we need each other. And so I think that's just the beautiful thing of Clubhouse, that you're known and people care and people are paying attention and can check in on you. So absolutely.
I want to also say people always try to put a stigma like homeless people are the reason why because of the drugs and mental illness. Make sure you know for sure. I'm not saying that, but sometimes it can be factors on why people go homeless. That's a fact. Is a fact. Just like a fire could be a reason why you go homeless, or any particular thing in general could be one of the reasons. I just want to highlight that this is a reason why people become homeless, and that they do have a place they can go and to be a part of something, and they don't feel isolated. When you're in shelter, that alone feel isolated. And like myself, when I was in shelter, I didn't leave my room for several days. Long as I had food, I'd say to my daughter, I wasn't working at one point, even though I came in with a job and I left with a job, but in the middle of like, I want to say a month or a couple months or so, I wasn't working. And it's just like, even when I did have a job, I could hardly get up to go. But knowing, and it was just so much and it's heavy on you being homeless. And even if you want to get up when you're so depressed, it takes so much out of you to even get up. You was like, the most I could do is give my daughter food and making sure I take showers. I'm very, about my showers. At least one shower a day needs to happen. And it's hard. And when you have a child, it's just like an extra, it's not a burden, but it's an extra task you have to do. And when you're so enwrapped in what's happening to you and everything is weighing down on you, to have a place you can go to that's not nobody's judging you, nobody's doing this. It's just like, yeah, you need to go to work, but also sometimes work is not helping your state of mind, and you might have to take a little sit back a little bit to make sure you get your mind in order to make sure you can be your best parent, be the best person, the best friend, best sister you can be by having somewhere else to go other than doctor's office. Because doctor's office for me, if you don't know, I don't like doctor's offices in general. So I actually get anxiety going to the doctor. But having a place I can go to just chill out and I would assume that they give you snacks and stuff. I'm always down for a good snack. It's not healthy.
We serve lunch every day. So we have a home cooked meal every day. Members and staff cook it, serve it, clean up together. We kind of operate like a restaurant every day for lunch. And the menu for the week is decided by members and staff. So we have a menu planning committee, and this is where like any member could say, hey, I want to make spaghetti and meatballs next week, or I want to make my mom's recipe for this. Then great, that's what we're going to do. And so everything again is member driven, even what we eat for lunch, to your point. And something else I want to say that you touched on, which, because we do have members who are in the shelter, but are coming during the day, some all day, every day, some once a week, once every other week, whatever they need. But it's also a place to kind of help people get back into the workforce, whether that be looking at their resume, whether that be doing mock interviews, actually, sending out applications. It could be, very practical and direct in that way, or even just coming to the clubhouse and, helping with a couple different tasks every day and kind of getting into that work mindset and that rhythm of, every day getting up, getting to the clubhouse. We start our morning meeting right away and kind of getting into that work mode. That can also help people too. So maybe, it starts coming to the clubhouse and one of our members comes in. What they do every morning is they make the coffee, and then after lunch, they help with dishes. And, they do that every day. But that kind of is building their confidence, and it's building just their self-efficacy. And that also multiplies and grows and then translates into, hey, maybe I am ready to get a job. I can see I have something to offer. I have something of value. I see how my contributions are benefiting the clubhouse. And so that also can help people get back on their feet and get back into the workforce. Just simply being a part of the clubhouse and engaging in the clubhouse is a really cool thing that we also see every day.
Obviously I have a question. It's a podcast. That's what we do here. But do they do anything for postpartum?
Like what exactly?
Like a lot of times they call it the baby blues, but it lasts like for a certain amount of time to your whole your body get together. Because if you don't know when you have a baby, it takes a lot out of you. Things go up, things go down. It's a lot. But like postpartum care, because technically it can, if you don't get it sometimes treated, depending who the person is, it can go on for more than just the regular time. It can actually last, especially for a person who's homeless. Yeah. If you listen to our episode probably 2 years ago about postpartum and homelessness, how that can resort and could actually get into deeper depression. Yeah. Do y'all do anything for that, or just people who are usually probably highly depressed just come in general for those services?
Yeah, no, that's a great question. So, well, one, I would say that's not our specialty is like, postpartum, but, and we're not providing therapy on site. We're not providing treatment on site. But we definitely have community partners, and we can help with referrals. And so if that was something someone was struggling with, of course, we would help them find the support and the services we need. But that isn't, the treatment or therapy that we're doing in site. And so if someone's struggling with that or really anything else, again, we want to be that great connector to there's so many resources in the city, but a lot of times, we're just not aware of them. So, if someone comes in, whether it's postpartum or any other challenge that they're battling or they're facing and they're navigating, we're always happy to hey, we may not do that, but let's sit down and let's find someone who does, and let's see who we can call. So that's what we would do in that circumstance.
It makes sense. It makes sense. Another thing, I know you probably don't have no thing for this. Do you have a daycare? I would assume not, because it's 18 and up. So if we're going to be, yes.
Correct. Yeah. Yeah. Unfortunately, that is not something we have. It's for 18 and up.
I'm just saying. It might not be exactly in it, but across the street next door. Maybe
that would be a great partnership to have. Maybe we need to find a local daycare and see if they'll give us a discounted rate or something. That's not a bad idea.
Guys, they have several locations. So if you want to have locations so they can know where they are, if you want to partner up with this and you think that mommies and daddies would need a little break from it, but we love our kids. We also need a break. And they might go to work because think about a parent goes to work, if they can get up and then they have to take care of the kid, it might be too much. Maybe they need some time to actually put the baby aside and make sure they have time for themselves. Because it's all about, I want to say self-care and things like that. That's a lot of times people don't realize that could be a big factor in how people let go. And that's usually the first thing they let go is self-care. So tell us what locations you are located at in New York.
Yes. So we're in Jamaica, Queens. That was our first clubhouse. It's been around since 1988. Our second clubhouse has opened in Staten Island in 2017. We're in Richmond Hill. And then we have, just as of 2014, so a little over a year, we opened in the Bronx, in Fordham, and then in Brooklyn, we're in Flatbush. So we have those 4 locations. I'll give all the details for the actual addresses and et cetera that can be linked to this podcast. But yeah, if you're interested, please give us a call, come in. The first step is a tour. So if you give us a call and say, hey, I'm interested in learning more about membership at Venture House, we'll invite you in, we'll schedule a tour. You'll get to see the different units. That's what we call those different, and I can get into that in a second, but we have different units in the clubhouse or departments. We'll kind of give you a taste of the work order day, which is all those activities that members and staff are doing side by side. So you'll really get a visual and a feel. So it's so hard to describe Clubhouse. You got to come in and see it. So we always have people come in for a tour. And then after that, if the prospective member is interested and they want to pursue membership, we schedule an orientation. And so, there's an application and some paperwork like we mentioned that we'll need. But we'll schedule that orientation and get you in, and then you're a member and you can come whenever you like. So we'd love to have you if anyone's interested. Yeah. Brooklyn, the Bronx, Staten Island, and Queens.
Surprisingly, we got Staten Island. I'm saying,
I know.
Usually out there.
Yeah, we're the only clubhouse on Staten Island. So we're 4 clubhouses, but there's other clubhouses in the city, and then, like I mentioned, around the country, in the world. Right. So Venture House, we are 4 clubhouses in New York City, but the only one on Staten Island. Yeah.
Okay, we'll see you. So you heard the location, guys. If you have the money or like to invest in childcare in these areas, it might not be for free. It might be for a small discount kind of rate to have parents to be able to still know their kids are safe, but also get the community they desperately need. Because going to work is not the same as having free time to just have your participate in other things you might like to have in. She's going to tell you the other things that they have there to kind of make people cool off and still be a part of things. So if you want to invest in that, I'm just saying, I might be a good thing to invest in to make sure that parents can have a time for themselves while to make sure their child is safe. Just putting it out there. You never know who's listening. So
totally, whether it's you or someone who's struggling with mental illness and they need support, they need a community, they're looking to get involved and kind of integrated into society and the community, and they just want to be engaged, this is the place.
For sure. So tell us a little bit of how it, I'll say a regular day will go, or what systems that you have, not systems, but activities you might have for people to do at
Absolutely. So I'm going to explain what I just mentioned a few minutes ago, what we call is the work order day. And this is what all clubhouses kind of call the programs and activities that happen throughout the day. So by design, the clubhouse models a typical work week. So we're open Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. And we always start every weekday with a morning meeting. So we start with the morning meeting, we got our coffee, light breakfast, and then we go through a morning meeting agenda. So this is a really great structure and kind of building that habitual pattern to our work order day. So we always begin with checking in with each other. How are we feeling today? We talk about the calendar for the day, activities and things that are going on. We, give any updates for different programs. We talk about trips that are coming up, events that are coming up. We have positive quote of the day. We do a morning exercise, etc. So the day always starts with a morning meeting. We kind of gather together as a community. We check in with each other and we start the day off strong, which again, kind of mirrors that typical work day. And after the morning meeting, we break into our unit huddles. So we have different units across the clubhouse. A unit is kind of like a department, I guess you could say, but there are different kind of focuses of the work order day. So after that morning meeting, we break up into our different our different unit huddles. And members choose which unit they want to work in. They could work in the same one every day. They could work in the kitchen in the morning, and they could work in the education and employment unit in the afternoon. It's completely by choice. But our different units are communication, intake, and data is one. It's kind of an administrative unit. We do data entry, we're doing tracking attendance, we're doing admissions, so entering new people into our EHR, we're giving tours, we're doing a lot of outreach with the community. And so that CID unit is a great unit for members who want to utilize and or improve and gain administrative skills. Maybe they're working on their computer literacy. They can help us with some data entry. They can help us with reach out, calling members who haven't been in. We're monitoring attendance in that unit. So maybe we see, hey, so-and-so hasn't been in, a month and a half. Let's give them a call. Or, hey, it's so-and-so's birthday. Let's give them a call. Those type of things happen in the CID unit, communication, intake, and data. So that's one unit. Another unit is culinary and wellness. That's the kitchen. And so, and our wellness programming. And so like I mentioned, we serve lunch every day. We serve dinner a couple evenings a week as well. And like I mentioned, members and staff together. So it's a great place for those who love to cook. For a lot of people, cooking can be kind of therapeutic, and just being in the kitchen working together. So kitchen is great. Everything is run members and staff together. And then we also have wellness programming that the CW unit oversees. So we'll do wellness walks, we'll do meditation, we'll do nutrition workshops, we'll do kickboxing classes, yoga, chair yoga or stretching, etc. So we do different wellness activities as well. That's the second unit, CW. Third unit I mentioned is education and employment. And so this is a great, really goal-oriented unit for members who are looking to further their education and or employment. So education and employment unit, we're doing workshop building, resume building. We're doing mock interviews. We're out building relationships with local employers. It's a huge part of this unit. We're actively building relationship with employers and partnering with them so we can, kind of administer those job placements for our members. That's a huge part of that unit, as well as education. So helping people with FAFSA applications. Maybe they're looking to get their GED. Maybe it's a certification. Maybe they want to get their peer specialist certification. We're supporting members throughout that entire process and then celebrating their successes. And so that's a huge part of the education and employment unit as well, is like really celebrating those who are job seeking, who got a job, who finished a certification or got their GED. We're really just lifting people up and celebrating them as they reach their goals. And then our last unit is kind of our environmental maintenance unit. And so we don't hire in or contract in, cleaning services. We do it together. So members and staff every day, there's different tasks that we're signing up for. We're mopping every day. We're cleaning the bathrooms every day. We're putting salt out and shoveling when it snows, or, we're changing a light bulb that ran out or that died, etc. So like taking care of our clubhouse is done, again, members and staff together. So which really kind of cultivates this like ownership of, hey, this is our clubhouse. This is my clubhouse. Like I want to take care of it. I want to keep it clean. I want to make sure it's well maintained and presentable and just this really dignified and beautiful place where we all come every day. And so it's a great hands-on unit for people who are handy or want to be active and just maybe even just like through movement and physical activity, can just be healing and helpful. So it's another unit that we have for our members.
Okay, it sounds like they're doing a lot over there. Like,
Yeah,
for sure.
And that's the beauty of it, is that people engage with the clubhouse how they want. And so we love to have different things going on each day that they can engage with however they want. And so for some people, and you mentioned this earlier too, like for some people, if they're battling depression, just getting out of the bed in the morning, taking a shower, leaving home is a battle in itself. And so for some people, just coming into the clubhouse and getting inside the clubhouse and just being there is them giving 100%, and that's enough. And so that's why everything is voluntary. No one's required to participate in anything that I just mentioned. Because for some, just getting there is
half of the fight.
Exactly. But maybe after a couple weeks and months, then they're going to, maybe want to engage. And so we wanting to engage people, but it takes time. So for some people, it's just being there. It's being around other people. It's building relationships. That's enough. But for some people, they come in, they're working Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, and they're cooking, they're mopping, and they're cleaning, they're running a workshop, and which is amazing. And so it's really built for the needs of everyone, and everyone's needs are different. Some people have social needs, the relational needs. Some people it is occupational or educational. Some people it's, of course, we're all working on our mental health recovery, but we really tried to take that holistic approach that, yes, this is a mental health agency, and so we're kind of leading with that we want to address our mental health, but we acknowledge that we are holistic beings and the whole person matters. And so that's the really cool thing about the clubhouse, is that there's opportunities to, embrace your creativity or your humor or your leadership, your, whatever it is. There's really something for everyone. And I didn't even mention our social activities. So we have recreation activities as well. And so we celebrate all holidays together. We're open 365 days a year. So we celebrate Thanksgiving on Thanksgiving Day. We celebrate Christmas on Christmas Day. We go bowling. We have we go to different sporting events or different shows. We had a talent show recently. We celebrate like birthdays and things together as a community. And the social calendar is created, again, members and staff as well. So, we're looking ahead to February. Hey guys, like, what do we want to do? Oh, it's Black History Month. We've done a talent show for Black History Month in the past, or, we want to go see the Rockefeller tree in December. Like, these are all ideas that members come up with. And then that's what we put on the calendar for the next month. So the work order day is Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, but then evenings, we're open 3 evenings a week, and we're also open on weekends, and that's where the social activity, the recreation happens. And so, yes, we have the work order day mirroring a work week, but we also have fun, and we socialize, and we get out into the community, and we go to different events, and the different fairs in the summer and things. And so we're in the clubhouse together, but we also get out into the community and enjoy all that the city has to offer.
And trust me, New York City has a lot to offer. I love it here. I know people have a lot of...
We have come to the end of the podcast. This is only part 1 though. So you can come. I'm not going to make you wait long, a week or whatever. No. This is coming out basically in about a day or 2, right? Maybe I'll just do it tomorrow and schedule it out. Tell me if you like it this way, or do you like it a week apart so you can have time to catch up on the actual podcast. This is a resource and not a story. I think stories I might do every week to kind of give you time. And sometimes some of the stories can be a bit heavy, so I definitely understand that. But for resources, I might, if it's very long of an episode, I'm going to put it out that week so you can hear really what all the resource, depending how long we speak, because if you know, I'm a talker. So I could talk for a pretty long time. So tell me if you like this format, or would you just want it to be one long vlog and you pause and you come back and kind of thing. Tell me what you would like and what you prefer. Especially if you're on Spotify, I think it's so much different to kind of put certain things in part 1 and part 2. When you're on YouTube, I think it's a bit easier, but definitely follow us on different platforms. We definitely want to grow bigger, and we can only do that when we have our community, and we're trying to grow a community and really get to know the people and see where we can help with certain things. Also, if you have any policies that you're working on and you're working in New York City, or just something on a federal level, and you think that we should be looking into that or finding more information about that and sharing that information, definitely email me. And I was behind in email before, but now I'm up to date. So if you email me or DM me, honestly, Instagram is the fastest way to get me and get information to me. I'm not going to lie to you. do that, and I can get back to you as soon as possible. If you want to be on podcast, definitely, we vet you. We ask you questions about what you want to talk about. We just don't, put anybody on here. But so far, people have given me great ideas or things they want to talk about, and I'm down to talk with them and share our perspectives on different things. And yes, thank you for being amazing. Talk to you next time. Well, see you. You can hear me in the next episode coming soon. Yes, bye.